Speaking of the Rams, the next team we're going to take and cover, the NFC West, you guys know it already. We're going to take and cover the Los Angeles Rams. Suit, man, go ahead, take it away, man. How you feeling?
Oh, man. I tell you what, me personally, I'm a little upset and confused by this draft. But I gotta trust McVay. I gotta trust Snead because as it stands right now, they haven't really let me down. Being that, we don't have a first round pick again this year, and turns out I won't have a first round pick for the next 2 years either. So I'm just kind of getting comfortable living in that space. Yeah, I mean, at least you finally have one. But I mean, my son is probably going to be in 5th grade by the time I get a first round pick. That's assuming we don't trade anything else away. So he's starting kindergarten right now, just for reference on that. But I mean, with our first pick of this draft, we took Tutu Atwell, which out of Louisville, and I mean, I like the kid in terms of speed. He's dynamic in space. Good luck, like trying to get anybody that can run with him over the top, or him coming across the middle. The big thing that concerns me about him, though, is this guy is smaller than I am, and I'm not just talking about from a height perspective. I'm talking about weight. I think he weighed in at 155 pounds. I'm like, bro,
you can't hit what you can't
ain't
catch.
College. This is the NFL.
Thanks.
We thought Devontae Smith was small.
We thought Devontae Smith was small, but I mean, bro, it's not even the height that gets me. The 5'7", I can live with that. It's the 155 pounds. How durable is this guy gonna be? He's gonna get hit one time, and then I'm not gonna see him for the rest of the the season. I don't know. So I'm nervous about that. I really felt like we needed to take linebacker. I'm glad that they ended up finally addressing the linebacker position. We went and got Ernest Jones. He's not who I would have got at that pick. Being that Jabril Cox was still on the board, I still to this day don't understand why Jabril Cox fell as far as he did.
The Cowgirls
got rumors. Rumors circulating was that he was, he's coming off of a surgery and that he's not all the way 100% on his shoulder, and they don't know if he'll ever be 100%. But my thing is, I thought his talent, that it was well worth the risk to take a flyer on him, especially coming from a team that just drafted Terrell Lewis last season, who was nothing but injury concerns. I would have thought we would have jumped at the chance of Jabril Cox, but instead we went with Ernest Jones. I had to go back and watch actual tape on this guy because I don't really keep track of the Gamecocks, but from what I can tell, he's a bruiser. I mean, he loves to hit, he loves contact, doesn't shy away from it. But my biggest concern with him in the defense that we run, especially the division that we play with the West, is that he is another slow linebacker. He is a clone of Micah Kaiser. He looks like he's running in wet cement the whole time. And he's not great in pass coverage. And I'm sorry, if you're in the NFC West, if you're playing in the NFL today, your linebackers, you're counting on them to kind of run with some of these faster tight ends, your George Kittles, your Travis Kelce's and things of that nature. And I don't think he's got the juice for it. Love his attitude, love his leadership, love the fact that he's bringing the wood. But I have some concerns about that. Then we went and grabbed another defensive tackle, Bobby Brown III, coming out of Texas A&M. Just a monster, a space eater. He plays nose tackle, but I think he's going to end up filling the slot that Michael Brockers left when we sent him over to Detroit.
That's his prerogative.
That's definitely his prerogative. Put it this way, man. He's going to benefit from playing next to Aaron Donald. The Aaron Donald effect is real. Go ask Dante Fowler and any of these other cats that done got paid and then traded somewhere else or sent somewhere else on free agency. Aaron Donald effect is real. He's a raw prospect. He's probably going to need at least another year or two to develop. I see him more like Sebastian Joseph Day. I think Joseph Day is going to have a big season this year, but it took him some time. But if nothing else, he's going to eat up blocks, which hopefully is either going to free up Leonard Floyd or Aaron Donald to do what they need to do. And then the next biggest pick that I got for us was probably Robert Rochelle out of Central Arkansas. Played for one of the smaller schools, but Patterson's game after Jalen Ramsey. Hyper aggressive at the point of attack. Doesn't yet trust his eyes though, man. I'm watching the kid and he's always like half a step late to react sometimes in coverage, but I love his physicality and I love his speed over the top. If playing with Jalen, playing behind D. Will, who also came from a smaller school, I think he's in a good space, bro.
Oh my man,
really
Darius Williams
that we didn't,
too. Darius Williams is a dog.
That's why I'm saying D. Will, baby.
Yeah.
Number 31. I'm glad we got my man back. Everybody else, I mean, we got a bunch of other names on there. I'm not going to get into Jake Funk is probably the last one. He was our last pick in the 7th round.
Hell of a name, though.
It's a heck of a name, and I'm feeling the funk. I think, honestly, I think he'll make the roster on special teams because he looks like he's going to be a punt return, kick return nightmare. That's assuming his ACLs hold up. This guy has missed out on the last 2 seasons due to ACL injuries. So we'll see what happens there. I was hoping that we were going to address line, but apparently McVay and Snead and everybody in the building feels like we're good on offensive line for years to come. I guess we'll find out if Matthew Stafford is running for his life or not this season.
I feel that, man. And overall, before we move on to the next team, what is the overall grade that you would give the Rams?
B-, bro. B-. If we're just talking draft, B-. Some of the fits.
I mean, you got to upgrade at quarterback.
Personnel.
You got to count Matt Stafford in it because that's Matt Stafford's your first round pick, basically.
No, Jalen Ramsey was my first round pick for the second time this year.
That's right.
That's my first round pick next year.
So
I can't count it for this year.
This is accurate.
I love it.